Let's do it. I'm actually.
But let's bring in our first guest of the day, Floyd, Cashflow, Diaz, 4-0. Ness, did you get the video?
I did. I
Okay.
wonder. You think we should? You know, we straight with this?
Yeah, I think we straight. It ain't too long. But it's where's Pops at? He ain't come in.
Nah, he's not a camera guy, man. He not a camera guy, man.
Okay.
Watching out for sure.
Okay. Well, first of all,
What's up, man?
appreciate you coming in early, bro.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
That's right.
Boom. How are you, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
Whoa, what is the brand of that? Yo, I'm so like, I'm not even gonna tell you what that looks like. Has someone ever said like, yo, that reminds me of something? No?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bro,
What do they say it reminds you of?
A porn site.
I know.
It's
What
That's
the
what
fuck?
it is, bro.
It's a
No,
porn site.
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
that's a porn site.
That's-
But I thought it was like Bang Bros, but it's not.
Bang Bros is
It's
another
different.
one.
Yeah, it's a different thing. Brad
So
just
wait,
went
you're
wrong.
sponsored by a porn site?
I'm sponsored by
What a
Brad.
way to start that fucking
Yo,
interview.
Madison, why the fuck don't we have a porn sponsor, bro?
Bro, that's insane. Because automatically, I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like I've seen this, but I don't want to disrespect this guy and say he's wearing some porn site
Right,
stuff.
right.
So how'd that happen? This is interesting.
Well, my dad, he has a friend, and I know him a long time. Shout out to my man X. He works with them. You know, he helps with audio stuff like that. You know what I mean? He does it all, a little bit of everything, and he's been working with them for a minute, and so I got a chance to meet the director. He's like one of the big directors in Vegas. So if there's ever porn in Vegas, he's doing it. And yeah, we just linked up, and then we started talking to the Brazos people. They actually started following me, like right before my last fight, like the day of the weigh-ins. Actually, they started following me. They started sending me more and more stuff. So,
That's official, man. That's. I think you might be the first boxer sponsored by a porn site.
Yeah, no, everybody, all the boxers always come up to me, how you get that sponsor? How you get that? It's just, they were cool,
That's what's up. So Danny wanted us to show this very old montage of you. Austin, you ready?
My protege Cashflow.
This is Cashflow, 6-year-old prodigy Floyd Diaz. Not a Mayweather by blood, even if the style is familiar.
Watch young Cashflow at work, baby. My protege.
I love the kids. The young kids
Can you hear it?
are the future. And not just the future of boxing. You just don't never know what the young generation that's in my boxing gym can grow up and be. And whatever it is, hopefully it's something that's positive.
Young Cashflow at your ass. Young Cashflow at your ass.
Young Cashflow at your ass.
How many times have you seen this, or have people tried to show you this? Because you wasn't even smiling. How old
I've
were
seen
you?
this. What was I? I think I was 6.5. 6 and a, just turned 6. Just turned 6. So I've seen it quite a few times. I know the whole little script and all that.
Yeah. So it just doesn't hit as it does for us. Because for me, that was the first time I was ever introduced to you. And I
24/7, that is.
Yes.
24/7, yeah.
Yes, and I had no clue that you would really end up being a professional fighter. It's a very long journey from where you were at on television to where you're at right now.
On television.
On television, so you never know, are they going to stick with it? Things can happen along the way. So tell us what did and didn't happen, because you were able to stick with it.
I had so much love for the sport. It was never fake. It was never, a front. I always loved boxing ever since, before I started. I used to always be around it. I mean, I was named after Floyd. You know what I mean? So my dad definitely knows his boxing, and I just always been around it. And then when it came time, my dad asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I wanted to box. And then that's when the whole Mayweather story popped up. And, I became Cashflow. I realized I had a God-gifted talent for it, and, I just kept forward with it. Didn't want to waste it.
So are you born and raised here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I am. But I did, however, live in New York for a little bit. Lived in the Bronx.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you when you were living in the Bronx?
It was my freshman year, so
Okay.
like 14?
Yeah. Old enough to box. Were you boxing out there?
Yeah, of course. I was actually, when y'all were talking about the Gleasons, I fought the Metros there, the New York Metro. That's like the tournament in New York, all the boroughs and stuff. So Yeah, I was for sure.
So
fighting over there.
what weight class were you back then?
Oh, 106, I believe.
So
Yeah,
you knew, I guess, everybody from New York, like Chris Colbert, Shoo.
Yeah, I known them for a minute, because of the Floyd's gym, but I just known them for a long time.
Oh, you didn't know? So you didn't?
Well, actually, no, I didn't know Shoo before that though. I didn't know Shoo. I think I seen Chris Colbert before that, but I didn't know Shoo until I went to the Cops and Kids. 'Cause I used to train over there.
Yeah, with Orleano Sosa.
Right.
So did you meet as well Richardson Hitchens, who's also with him? Okay.
Yeah, I met him too. Oh,
okay.
yeah. My first sparring partner, I think, over there was him. Richardson Hitchens' brother.
So what's your nationality?
Well, I'm half Peruvian and half Mexican.
Okay,
Yeah,
Peruvian. Yeah. All right. It's so funny.
Yo. So
you might be able to tell us where we could find a good Peruvian spot, because I was telling them I'm originally from the New Jersey, which is like the tri-state area, so it's more variety in food.
Right.
Coming out here, this is new for me, but people say you can find anything in Vegas, and I've legit been finding it. He's been here 7 years. He wasn't really finding Latino restaurants.
But to be fair, I also told him like I
wasn't looking for it.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for it. Right. It's like I found like my few spots that I fucked with and I stuck with it. But
so I found Peru chicken. I hope you guys can give me a better spot, but I do love that spot. The one dish that you guys make that I am in love with is
the green spaghetti.
Lomo saltado.
Oh, okay.
The French fries and
lomo. Oh my God, man!
Bro,
you guys killed it with that.
I had it for the first time like probably 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Like first time ever having Peruvian food. Ever. But we don't have no Peruvians in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, right? So it's not something. Peru's already a small country, so it's not something that in Chicago was like Mexicans and Puerto Ricans on the Hispanic side. So it was my first time having it, and I loved it. And I think we've been back at least once or twice since.
Absolutely, I've been back without you.
Have you tried Tajín Verde? Tajín Verde.
Tajín Verde.
It's basically green spaghetti. Like usually it comes with a steak.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma, she makes it with breaded steak.
Okay.
I don't know if that's maybe because she's from Peru.
Yeah.
So that has to be the real deal.
Right.
But usually it's just
regular
steak on top of basically green spaghetti. You got to try that. That one I think you'll love more.
Nice. Yep. So do you have a specific Peruvian restaurant out
Actually,
here?
it's the same. It's the same.
Oh, the same one.
But there's. Yeah, they got 3 locations, so I bounce everywhere. I know
I'm in Summerlin, bro. It takes me 25 minutes to get there. I be mad as hell, but happy when I get there.
Yeah, it's a journey. I know when we going, I'm like, sit back, relax.
Yeah.
I take my shoes off. We gonna be sitting at red lights for a minute.
Yep. Because you got to get off the highway, and then there's a bunch of traffic. But that's funny, man. I did not know you were half Peruvian.
Yeah.
So who's Mexican in your family?
My mother is Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, my father is the one that's Peruvian.
All right. That's what's up. So how old were you when you understood that your father named you after Floyd Mayweather?
I think since I started boxing, to be honest, and
how old was that? Obviously, we got introduced at 6. You had to been doing it before then.
I was doing it before then. Yeah, like basically 3-2. I was I was just messing with it. I used to always watch it like all the time. Floyd be fighting, somebody be fighting. I'd be watching it. I'd be in the couch watching it. And it's probably since around that age. 4.5 is when I really kind of started messing with it more and more.
I took him to see Roger. Roger said it was too small, bring it back 2 years later, and we went back right before he turned 6, and he started looking.
So you're saying at 4, Roger told him to come back.
Back when you're older.
because I was too young. There was no, at the time, there was no kids in that gym. It was just nothing but pros. They didn't even have the other side of that wall knocked down. They only had one ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back, and he's like, okay, we try it out. And then, he fell in love with me.
We have Floyd Cashflow Diaz in the building. Make sure to get your questions in if you have any.
Yep. We have Rachel and Nonito Donaire that says shout out from Japan. So they're tuned in. They're watching this. Okay. Shout out from Japan.
Yeah, shout out to Nonito. Good luck, champ.
Good luck, champ.
We can't wait.
Get it done, baby.
Yes, sir. Bring those back. I'm going to say bring them home, even though he's Filipino. But, bring them back to Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Bring them back to Vegas. But I'm curious, bro. Like, so at that point, you go back right before you turned 6, and in that video you had just turned 6. Do you understand at that point who Floyd Mayweather is? Like, do you understand how big he is?
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't get a huge grasp of it yet because I'm still a kid, But I did know he was the guy. You know what I mean? That much I did know, and I used to watch his fights. I don't know how long ago. I don't know from what fight, but I did know that much that he was that guy. And then as I kept watching him spar, train, fight, win, and then I started understanding more and more.
The reason I'm asking because I've been around Floyd a little bit now, and it's like I'm not gonna bullshit you. The first time I was nervous, truth be told,
right,
and I'm just talking to him. So you're doing pad work right in front of him. Cameras are on. Like, I'm wondering, as a kid, if you don't understand truly who he is, could you even be nervous? You get what I'm saying? Like, I wonder that, because if I didn't know that was Floyd, I wouldn't have been nervous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that makes sense, because how can you be nervous of a guy you don't even know?
Right,
is that
exactly.
guy?
So you being a child, that's why I'm asking, because you were so young. I'm like, you probably didn't even understand truly how big he was, or he is.
I don't know. It's just like when cameras on me, I just
do your thing.
I just do my thing. It's a different person. I'm definitely I'm focused and locked in. So when it was time to hit the mitts in front of him, it was nothing different.
Do you think? Well, because of 24/7 and obviously seeing you in that gym as throughout your years, I've been following you for quite some time, and now I'm like, oh yeah, he's for sure gonna be an Olympian. For sure gonna be an Olympian.
Right.
Before the pandemic, you said that I might just go pro. What was that conversation like with your father? And what got you guys to that point of saying, what, let's move past the Olympics, let's, and just go to being pro?
Well, actually, the one of the main guys at the USA,
boxing,
boxing committee, he wanted me to actually stay, because it was I think it was 2 more years. Something like that, before COVID, and I just would have had to wait so many years, and I thought about it like this: you could still fight in the Olympics as a professional.
Yeah, I think Keyshawn did it.
Yeah, he Keyshawn, Troy, Duke, and there's a lot of other, not to name all the other foreign fighters.
Right, there's foreign fighters that had 15 fights.
I mean, the Olympic gold medalist for the heavyweight division. He was already 6-0 as a pro when he knocked out Richard Torres.
Yeah.
The one that's with Lou DiBella, Bakalov or something like that.
He knocked him out, I want to say, in the World Championships. He didn't knock him out in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, no, he did knock him out in the World Champ. Yeah,
it was the World Championships
But he fought the dude again, I think. That same dude.
It was a gold medal match in the Olympics. I mean, Richard lost, but he got the silver. He didn't get knocked out, but it was the World Championships.
He was 7 foot too.
Yeah, he's huge. Man, I remember watching that gold medal fight, and obviously I had seen him already get knocked out.
Right.
Richard, that is. And I remember watching that gold medal fight, and the whole time, I just wanted everybody to succeed, right? And I'm like, please just make it to the end of the fight. And Richard held his own. And obviously he learned from that first fight. So yeah, man. So they wanted you to stay. So would you have made the cutoff for the 2020 or no?
No, and that's another thing too.
Yeah, hell no.
They would have wanted me to stay
till 24.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not 24 yet, and look, I'm already doing what I have to do in my pro career.
Yeah, 4-0 already. You got a fight lined up
July 15th.
July 15th.
We don't know where that's gonna be at yet, but I'm thinking it's Cali, so we'll see though.
Okay, well, regardless, we know it's gonna be Top Rank. We know it's gonna be ESPN/ESPN Plus. So be on the lookout for that, because
did they give you an opponent?
Yeah, they gave me some guy. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot his name. But I've been steadily watching, just doing what I got to do.
So are you one that watches film, or is that not your thing? Are you too young in your career to even care about film, or is that more of your dad's thing?
That's more the coach's thing. My father. He's the one that, him and my team. They watch. They see what I have to do. I already fought plenty of people. Had 210 amateur fights. You know what I mean? It's not a style I pretty much haven't seen yet. And if there is, I know how to adjust. So it's just I don't really watch film. I don't know. I feel like you're like over, like, I don't know, like you're over focusing on it. You know what I mean? And that will cause mistakes. You know what I mean? So I kind of just do it as I go. My dad will let me know if anything.
What was your amateur record? You said over.
I had 210 fights, 195 and 15. Yeah, 195, 15.
That's impressive.
195
5 wins and only 15.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I would always go to, like, say I go to Arizona. I'm fighting this kid at his gym. You know how that goes.
Right,
it doesn't,
No, but I mean, regardless, 195 and 15 is a respectable,
Super
respectable amateur record. So I was just curious on the process of turning pro, because obviously we learned of you.
Oh, you're still in my question.
We learned of you.
I've been waiting for an opportunity to say.
We learned of you because of Floyd.
Right.
You were named after Floyd, but you
signed with Top Rank.
Signed with Jay Prince and Top Rank.
Right.
Why Top Rank over Floyd?
Well, Floyd told me, you gotta do what's best for you, what's best for you and your family, and Top Rank and Jay Prince was the best move, they treat me well, and I know moving forward, I'm only gonna get better, and they're gonna keep moving me up better, so I have no problem with, what I did,
Yeah, Jay Prince right now, a lot of talent,
right,
and it has continue to show through your young pro career, because we've seen you get some work with the likes of Shakur Stevenson,
right,
Gervonta Davis, right? You guys got some work.
No,
as well?
I didn't get to work. My buddies did.
Okay,
the twins they did.
Okay, but still, nonetheless, right now, I mean, Jay Prince is hot, right? Jay Prince is hot.
Right.
He got you, Shakur, Jared Anderson. I feel like a lot of
he got Troy. He got Duke.
Dude, there's a lot of talent over there. What have you liked so far? Not just being with Jay Prince, but being around all those talented guys, and all being under the same manager.
I mean, it's great. You know what I mean? Because I was watching the how do you say it? The best of of the era, which was Floyd at the time. And now I'm watching all these guys, these younger guys coming up, so I could relate to more. And Shakur, I'm able to watch Crawford here and there. I get to watch all these top dog fighters. And man, it just helps me even more, and me getting a chance to work with them, and the times I do, it just gets me better. I know no kid really gets to be around, at least be in the same gym as them, let alone spar them and work with them or work out with them. Yeah, everybody's already grown, so I get to learn from whatever.
Oh wow, you're only
mistakes they make.
18.
I'm only 18. Yeah, I turned 19 in like. What's today? 5th?
That is amazing, because that's wow. That's
19
like
19 to 30th. Yep.
Jeez, and Haney is what, 23?
Oh shit, his birthday's the day before yours. Yeah,
you're 30th. Oh, you're a Gemini?
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
31st? Nice.
Yeah, so Monday. Damn, bro, Monday. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank
for
you, man.
sure.
Appreciate it.
Damn, I'm only 18 years old, bro.
Yeah.
It must be a blessing.
So you don't even need he doesn't need motivation, right? He works on his own.
He's like I got him. I got my little one. My little one just started. He was on the Top Rank.
Okay.
He's training with Edgar.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's as special as him. That's the next.
How's your little brother?
He's 8 now. No,
Okay.
9.
9.
Yeah, 9. So.
And it's just dumb how much they want. I told him, listen, you're in a sport that they coming at you. They don't want to just tap you. They want to hurt you.
Yeah.
So you gotta run more than them for you not to get hit.
So basically, the father is just saying that he's in a sport where he's got to want it more than the opponent. You know what I mean? And he's saying that both of his sons are definitely self-motivated. Maybe we need to get him right here, Madison.
You want to come sit down and be on the show? Shout out to Pops.
All right. So
I mean, now I'm curious, right? Because I've been able to be around Shakur a lot,
Right.
And I see the things Jay Prince is doing, and I respect how he's gotten his fighters to this point. So for you being in that position and still being young, right? You're not in Shakur's position,
Right.
So what have you been able to learn from the situation in itself, right? Not just Jay Prince, but being around everybody from Rap A Lot and all the guys that are under that banner. And what have you been able to learn and take from that?
I learned that there's always someone that's working harder than you. You know what I mean? And I work like a dog, man. You know what I mean? Like, back to the motivation thing. I mean, my biggest motivation is my family. We ain't rich yet. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do it so make sure everybody's comfortable. Everybody's living real nice. We're able to take a vacation here, wake up, hey, let's go to Paris. The next day type of thing. So I'm working for that. I'm working for my family. For God gave me the talent. Why waste it?
Absolutely.
But back to that. I think it's really working hard, you know what I mean, and staying really, really consistent, because it's professionals now. It's not I'm gonna take 2 weeks off and I ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? I think it's really from learning from all these guys work hard and they're all hungry. You know what I mean? They could be just as hungry as you. It's just who wants it more, or who trains harder, who got the best knowledge. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. I think being around great people like that, in your niche, in your field, right. No, that's good, bro. Because for me, it's like I always tell him, I'm like, yo, you never gonna outwork me, because it's like I know he's ahead of me. I know he's been doing this longer, so I feel like I gotta play catch up.
Right.
So it's like I gotta work harder than you, But at the same time, given that he is experienced and he has been doing it and doing his thing, it's like and at the same time I gotta learn from you too.
Right.
So I feel like that's the same thing with you. It's like you're able to train with the best, but learn from the best at the same time.
Of course, you always gotta have like how do you say it? Like a goal in mind. You know what I mean? Even if it's not a big goal. Say you do have a big goal, you gotta have a whole bunch of little goals. Or you gotta have someone that's always racing in front of you. When I'm running and stuff, I always picture someone a little bit ahead of me. Just so I could pick up the pace. Yeah. I don't lose tempo, nothing like that. Just get faster, if anything.
Nice.
You always gotta have someone like push you in a way. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
if it's not that, it's time. I have him
beat the time.
Beat the time.
Yeah, that's why I tell him, like, I like to work out with my watch so that I could beat my calories. Like, if I didn't do as good as yesterday, then I'm not doing good. You know what I mean? So I have to always burn either the same or more to know that I'm at least working. So speaking of working out, we've seen you a couple times at the Top Rank Gym at night. Is that something you picked up from Floyd, training at night because you fight at night, or is just when the gym is available to you?
No, I mean, shout out to my man Frank.
Shout out to Frank, man.
Shout out to Frank.
Shout out to Frank. Frank, man, Frank is literally the man with the plan. So shout out to Frank.
I kind of just train, whenever I feel like, you know what I mean? So obviously you'd have to run in the morning, or, set your schedule up. Sometimes you have to train at a certain time. But I don't know, I feel really, really motivated at night, more so. And we train three, sometimes four times in a day. So, I really have to break it down. And at some point, I have to end up at the night, 12, sometimes 2, whether it be EOS or Top Rank. I just been doing that
2 in the morning?
Me and my dad,
schedule calendar where I put all what he has to do every day.
So we either have EOS or, strength and conditioning.
So what's the schedule like for you today?
So today, after this, I'm gonna chill a little bit at the house, and then I'm gonna go run in Mount Charleston later. I mean, Mountain's Edge. Ooh. Yeah, but we do switch it up. We don't stay at I'm gonna go to the same mountain, or everybody just goes to Mount Charleston. Yeah. There's different, there's a whole bunch of different, you got Majestic Park, with the stairs and all that. So we mix it up for sure. So I'll probably run, and then a couple hours after that, because I can't just go straight into the gym. I won't give my best workout. I'll relax a little bit, go straight to the gym, relax a little bit after that, and then go to EOS. And I think I do work tomorrow, so I would have to wake up a little bit earlier, to go to work.
Wait,
I work at Foot Locker. Yeah, I work at Foot Locker.
Full-time job? You have a job too?
I have a job. Yeah, I have a job. Yeah.
What? Because you want to, or you need it?
No, I mean it's boring. I can't, when I'm not training, I need to be making some. I don't know.
No, for sure.
I feel like I'm wasting the time that I have. I'm playing games or whatever. It's cool and all, but I just feel like I
I'm
just go to work. Yeah.
I'm shocked. I've never seen
Shout
like
out to my Foot Locker peoples.
I've never seen
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
like
I
a like a
respect it.
prospect.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm
love
sure
it.
like Xander Zayas doesn't work.
And guess what? After his last fight, he got the win, right? He went back to work. He's been working, covering shifts, doing everything, picking it up. When everybody's going for a off, he'll pick it up.
And this is straight after my last fight too.
And he ended up getting employee of the quarter.
Yeah, I got employee of the quarter.
He said,
Damn,
Pop
so
said
you
he got the win and went to work right
That's
after.
crazy.
Hold on, you got employee of the quarter at Foot Locker.
Yeah, I got employee of the quarter at Foot Locker. Yep.
So
For what? For selling the most, or for just being like a great employee?
Yeah, overall employee. Like, you know, not only would I take
I
shifts, you
respect
know,
that.
you
That's
know, great
what's up,
customer
man.
service, you know, and you know what though, it does give me the other side of the coin, like what it could be like, you know, if I didn't box, or I want to work a regular job or whatever, you know what I mean? It does give me the other side of the coin. I can't look at it that way as well.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yo,
though.
so you
I'm
haven't-
just like, yo, you're on TV and then you go selling sneakers?
Yeah. People, you know what? It's starting to happen more often now. Like, I be working, I'm grabbing the shoe, like, I'll be right back, and then I come right back, I grab the shoe, then they're like, oh, should I box it up? Yeah.
We got a shoe plug now. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Yeah,
Foot Locker.
man.
We got a $5 super chat from Noe G Dallas. Being so young, does he really know who Jay Prince is in his story? Being from Texas, Jay Prince is well respected and not to be messed with. Fan of this kid.
Of course, you know, obviously I had to do my research. You know, I've been looking at him for a long time. You know, he had a long history with Floyd. You know what I mean? He worked with Andre Ward. You know, he's been around the game, not only in boxing but in the rap,
In the
especially in
music
Houston,
industry.
and especially in
yeah, I
in
mean,
the music industry.
they credit Jazz for discovering Drake and putting him on with
he
Birdman.
did put him on. You know what I mean?
So obviously, a lot of story there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, before I even met Jay, I met somebody with Rap a Lot through Devin Haney, and met him. We was in New York for a fight. He's like, yo, you come to Houston, I got you. Let me tell you, I went to Houston. He took care of me. I was out there last summer. He took care of me. So shout out to Christian. But yeah, man.
You know, he got his book. You know, Respect the Game. So I definitely, you know, I read that as soon as he gave me a copy of it, because you know it's always sold out. So he gave me a copy of it, signed it the first day. You know, the first day I went to his house. Because before that, I ended up going to Houston. Jay Prince's cousin, Mike Prince. They flew me out there, and you know, they wanted to see what it was about. You know, and I sparred. I think he's WBC silver champion right now.
Oshaki Foster?
Oshaki Foster. Yep, him. I sparred him, and then I sparred this Mexican guy. He had a lot of fights though, and he was like, you know, one of those, you know, really really tough guys, you know. But and Duke was there too. Yeah, Duke was there. Oh yeah, Coach K. You know, and at the time, you know, I know who they were, but I didn't really like, you know. Joshua Greer was there too.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah, shout out to Josh. But yeah, you know, he saw what I could do. He liked it, and you know, going a couple weeks, he hit me up. He said, "We in Vegas. Come to the house." I go to the house. You see Crawford and Shakur playing ping pong. You know, you got Efe Jagba. You got all those guys. You know, we're all chilling. And that's how I knew, like, you know, this is where I want to be at.
Yeah.
You know?
Austin,
Positive vibe.
was this? I'm just curious. Can I get a screen share? I'm just curious. Was this the night that you're referring to?
Yep, the exact night. Yep.
Shout out to Sean Zattel.
What, Sean posted it?
Nah, Sean.
Oh, he's there.
He's there. Yeah, I remember they had like the little putting green and everything in the backyard and whatnot. Yeah.
You know, we were playing like a little mini golf, right? And you know, Jay Prince liked that I was really competitive. We were just betting for push-ups. You know, I ain't got a couple grand to be betting on a game, you know, but we were betting on push-ups. And it's not that I can't do the push-ups. I just want to make you do the push-ups. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to lose.
Right.
And you know, Jay Prince did like that, you know, the real competitiveness in me, you know, even if it's with the older guys. You know, and even ping pong, I'm starting to pick up at that. You know, so
you got to if you're in top rank, Jim. Boy, Shakur make everybody play.
Man, yeah. I hadn't played in like 2 years, bro, and I played him. I don't know, it was a week or two before his fight with Oscar. He whooped my ass like.
He was beating everybody in the gym.
I think I didn't get to double digits. I was either at like 8 or 9 points. I didn't even make it to double digits.
Yeah, I went to 21, right?
Yeah, to 21.
Yeah. You know what though? Like that's just a big thing. They like just Jay Prince and him. Like he had a big, like, you know, he just likes Ping pong. Yeah, that's just his thing. You know, and I was like, I might as well try it too. You know, it's pretty fun.
No, it is.
And it's good for hand-eye coordination. Nothing wrong with that. After like a 2-hour training session or whatever, play some ping pong.
No,
you know
definitely get your mind thinking. Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know, chess, same thing.
Oh, you play chess?
Oh yeah, I want to play Bud in chess. You know what I mean?
I do too.
You play chess?
Damn, see, we got to get a board here in case we. Yeah, bro, I play.
For sure.
Are you on chess.com?
I'm on chess.com. Yep.
See me, Nest GTO. Let's get it on right now. We gonna do it live right now.
Because I know he talks about it all the time. I don't play chess, but he talks about it all the time. He talks about his score. What is your score?
What's your rating?
I don't play much on chess.com. So I don't have a rating really like that. I'm at 1,200. I'm at 1,200, something like that.
Wow, you at 1,200?
I'm at 1,200.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
So
he's good.
Damn, didn't you say you was in 11?
I'm an 11.
Oh, okay.
I'm an 11. I fluctuate. I told you, I don't lie.
Yeah, I don't really be playing on chess.com.
I could go as high as 13, but get down to like 9. Yo, when you get in a losing streak, I lose. But I've played thousands of games. I got like 6,000.
Yeah, I don't really like now on chess.com. I usually like me and my dad, like especially when I'm in camp. You know, we just. I'll be playing with Rolly. We play chess all the time. He's pretty smart at that too. You know,
I heard, but when we went, he was only playing Connect 4. I want to play him in chess
Connect 4. Don't play him in Connect 4, man. I'm telling you, I used to go to the Tia Joy, right, the boba spot.
Yo, that's where he took me and whooped my ass. I said, bro, how do you? Bro, because across the street is a sushi spot, right? Sushi Kaya.
Right.
Bro, he takes me to Sushi Kaya. I said, how you take me out to eat? Then it's me, him, and like 2 girls, right?
Right.
Bro, we go eat, we go to the boba spot, and then he just whoops my fucking ass like 3 games in a row in Connect 4. This shit wasn't even funny.
I think he has like strategy and stuff in Connect 4. Because I mean, that's okay, chess, everybody, strategy and all that. But Connect 4, who do you think will really, He really does Connect 4. I don't advise no one playing with him, especially trying to, But we were at Tia Joy, and then I always wanted to try, the different drinks. So he'd just be like, "What drink you want?" I'll just see what drink I want. He'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna get that for you. We'll go play some some people.
Yeah.
Like I bet $10 or whatever to the for the drink if I win." And then I'd always come out with a new drink every day, sometimes 2 or 3. So.
We got a couple questions here from the people. David Maldonado, New York City says, "What's up, champ? I remember you from HBO 24/7. I have a question. Whatever happened to your uncle Roger's son, Lakai Mayweather?"
Lakai Mayweather, yeah, that's his son. He's playing basketball right now, actually. He's pretty lengthy, kind of like his dad was. Yeah, he's a good kid. We used to like play around a little bit. I think there's a video on YouTube of us like sparring. Like it's just me and him, I was working with him. He's definitely like a longer fighter, just like his dad was. You know what I mean? But he's a good kid. He's doing basketball right now. Doing his thing.
I got James Valdez in San Antonio, Texas says, Nonito versus Inoue the Monster 2. Who wins and how?
Ooh, you know what? That's a good one. You know what I mean? Inoue could crack. We all know that. But Nonito, as we both, as we all know, he gave him his hardest fight. You know what I mean? Cut him up, everything. And if it wasn't for the body shot, I'd be a lot closer. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's a tough one. Honestly, I could flip a coin, and it'd be Nonito or Inoue.
All right. Rue in the 504 New Orleans says, when is your team planning on getting you back in the ring? But you announced July, right?
Right, July. Yep, July 15th. I'm gonna get back in the ring. Like I said, I think it's in Cali. So wherever, it doesn't matter. As long as they I keep staying consistent. I keep being out there. The fans will love me either way, wherever I'm at. I've been in the East Coast and the West Coast, so it doesn't really matter.
I got Dom in Seattle that says, shout out to you, champ. Hope God blesses you. So, who beat Canelo better, Floyd, TBE, or Bivol, baby?
I would say Floyd for sure. Hands down. But Bivol did. He did. That was crazy. Honestly, I was gonna bet on the fight with Canelo. I was gonna bet the whole bank. Thank God I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't really do my. That's what happens though when I underestimated him. To be honest, I didn't really know him. I thought he was just some other regular guy. Gonna be too slow for Canelo. I'm pretty sure most people thought that as well.
Yep.
And I would say Floyd though for sure. But Bivol, he didn't stray away from the plan. You see, he kept everything tight. He threw when he needed to, and like I said in the press conference too. Canelo, he could tell when people just got real like power like that. He said he didn't really feel that. He said it in Russian, but he said he didn't really feel that.
That power from
that
Canelo.
power, like that natural, like he just has it. He felt like Canelo was just throwing it.
All right. Since we're talking about Canelo, I don't know if you heard that the rematch with Gennady is official for the trilogy, but he still wants to face Bivol in May. What's your thoughts on him taking the trilogy instead of the immediate rematch, and what's your thoughts on him setting the rematch for Mayo?
I think that's better. You know what I mean? It gets some time to, get a little confidence back. I think he will beat Triple G. Maybe by knockout. I don't know. I think Triple G is done to me. You know what I mean? He was a great fighter, but, it's sometimes it's time for people to go, retire. And, I think this is the time after the Canelo fight. I think Canelo will take the win. But I think it's good for him to do that and then set his mind again back on Bivol. I don't know if he should fight Bivol again, though, to be honest with you. Like I said, Bivol is too big, and he's natural big at that. You know what I mean? Canelo has to go up. Pretty sure, he's lifting like crazy and all that. It takes away from how you usually fight at his original weight, which he should stay at. But, he wants to be great, so let him do what he wants to do.
Do you consider that being great, him moving up to 75? You got some of these haters that say he was just avoiding Benavidez and Charlo.
They can say whatever they want, you know what I mean? He is, or was, I guess, the face of boxing, you know what I mean? And to some extent still is, and, they can say whatever they want, but, they're not in the ring.
Same thing about Floyd.
Yep.
Everybody was saying the same thing.
Yeah, that he ducks this guy or whatever, but, it's at the end of the day, he's still winning the belt, and Bivol is no chump, you know what I mean? He wanted to beat Bivol. Who else was that? Who's that? Was 175, right?
Yep.
Who's that 175?
Beterbiev, Joe Smith, John Pascal.
Honestly, I think I'd rather see not Beterbiev. I want to see Beterbiev and Bivol. That'd be a good one.
Well, he's already scheduled to fight Joe Smith, top rank.
Who, Beterbiev, right?
Yeah, June 18th in New York City.
3-belt unification.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
so
crazy.
The winner of that would have 3 belts, and then Bivol would have the last one in that division.
Okay, and then Canelo. But I do consider that to be great. You know what I mean? You're going up another weight class on top of that. 175. That's like Roy Jones was doing. He was going really, really big. What did he get up to? Light heavyweight?
No, heavyweight.
He got it to heavyweight?
Yeah, with John Ruiz. But if I remember correctly, like the cruiserweight division wasn't a thing, so Roy weighed in like 192 for the heavyweight fight. So after that, after beating John Ruiz, becoming heavyweight champ, he comes back down to light heavy. Fights Antonio Tarver.
He's trying to get another. He's trying to have that more division champion under his belt. And he's fighting a world champion at the end of the day. So I do consider that being great. Yeah.
I got Coach Myers all the way in Connecticut. He says, if you can take 3 attributes from 3 fighters from the past or the present, what would those 3 attributes be, and who would you take those attributes from, and why?
Floyd's defense. Obvious reason. He didn't get hit. He was, the master at hitting, not getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Prince Nassim, with his awkwardness. Like you can't really train for awkwardness.
Yep.
And people that just kind of fight like however, or just they come out different. I take that from him. And then I would say a little bit of that banging from like Roberto Durant, and that inside clinching work. The inside he was kind of like a professional street fighter. You know what I mean? He knew what to throw, when to throw, and how to take punches away from fighters. So I would say those 3.
Nice. That's actually a great answer.
But an extra though is Pernell Whitaker's head movement. Floyd had defense, but you can't mix that up with just head movement. Like Pernell was real. I watch him all the time. His head movement is crazy.
You do a lot. You do a lot of studying then.
Oh, I watch a lot of boxing. I watch a lot of boxing. You can't be in the sport and not be a fan at least. Sure.
I love that you said that, because some fighters feel like, because they're in the sport, they don't like to watch. They're not a fan of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
We've interviewed guys that say, I haven't watched the fight, or I don't watch boxing. Like, I only box. I don't watch.
I could see that. Why though? It's because it's like you're in it. So you see this guy, he's like, it's trash, or whatever case may be. It's you have your own opinion because you're in the sport. That's why. I'm pretty sure it's the same with every other sport.
Like I was saying, Floyd, he always told us to be unpredictable. You get me? being unpredictable, learning from all these different fighters, learning their crafts, how to move, when to move, is a big part of his process. You know, as he's maturing as a boxer.
So teaching him how to stay unpredictable.
Mm-hmm. The fighter can't train for you if you're unpredictable.
That's what I was saying that Rolly has as an advantage. Like, I think as great as Tank is, it's going to take him a few rounds to figure out how to come in on Rolly's weird style.
A lot of people, you know, I mean, I get it. They're going for, you know, Tank or whatever.
Yeah, he's the A side. He's supposed to go for him.
Yeah, right. But a lot of people sleeping on on Rolly, man. A lot of people are sleeping on Rollies. You know, that's my guy, so I'm going for him all the way. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I'm going for him all the way to the end.
But
you know what I mean?
On some friendship, or you think there's something?
Honestly, you know, obviously it's friendship, but I think he could catch him with something. You know what I mean? You know, we know Tank to not have the best defense. You know what I mean? He's been touched up in the past couple of fights, and you know he does have that power, obviously. But I think Rolly, you know, people sleeping on Rolly. He might catch him with something. You know what I mean? And I don't know how Tank will react to it, or if he can. You know what I mean? Because once you get caught, you know, it's a weird feeling. You know, it's
funny you say that because today's topic is obviously one part of it is that, you know, Antonio Tarver, the former light heavyweight champion who beat Roy, said he believes Rolly is hitting like a heavyweight. And that's only based off pad work, though. He says, like, he's got a video that went viral and he just believes that boy's hitting like a heavyweight. Is that even possible?
I mean, yeah, you got guys that, what was that one guy? I think... Oh yeah, he ended up committing suicide, unfortunately. What was his name?
A boxer?
It was a boxer. He you know, he ended up. It was on the news, like, you know, killed his wife, and then
Valero.
Edwin
Valero from he was actually
my cut
fucking good.
My cut man's you know, dad, Rafael Senior. He, you know, he was in the camp, and Rafael Jr. was in there too. Mm-hmm. And he would see, you know, he'd see him train. He would do like 1,000 push-ups and stuff like that. That man, you had crazy. There's people that just got it. Like you know, you see videos. You know, we heard. I don't know if you heard, but you know that the Oscar De La Hoya thing where he went in to spar him like you know, the Golden Boy, and he ended up dropping him, and then they ended up kicking him out because of that. You know. He's crazy. The dude's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, there's people that do got power, so I think it is possible. Yeah.
But put it like this, like him, when it comes to my son, same thing. He goes in there, he spars 135, 140, 147 pounds.
And I'm not sparring bums at that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know,
he's
you
in
know.
there hanging in there, pushing them back. You know, it'll be a challenge match, you know? And he's fighting at 122. But at the time, he's like at 118, so he's even smaller.
Yeah. You know, I've been sparring champions since, you know, 15. You know, I got power for sure. I know that. You know, I'm developing. You know, it's the pro game now. So now it's time to hurt people, not, you know, look good and hurt them. You know what I mean? That's what it is in the end of the day.
Dr. Mofongo in Long Island says, thanks for being on the show. When I saw that clip from 24/7, I was shocked at how time flies because I distinctly remember that episode and have always wondered what became of Little Cashflow. My question is, from a fighter's perspective, does a fight like the upcoming trilogy with GGG have the makings of a trap fight for Canelo, being that he's been vocal about not wanting it and may not get up for it, plus the fact that he's coming off a loss? Best of luck in your career, champ.
Appreciate it, my man. But I don't know, trap fight?
Yeah, he's saying like maybe Canelo can't get up for the Triple G rematch. He's disappointed with the loss in Bivol. His mind is not on Triple G.
See, the thing about Canelo, you know what I mean, which I respect. You know, when he lost to Floyd, he was at the top of his game. You know what I mean? Nobody's beating him. You know, and knocking people out. He was looking sharp, real good, and then Floyd whoops him. Yeah, the whole fight. You know, he didn't win around, and he took that as okay, you know, I just need to get better. I think that's how their team, you know, or at least Canelo, you know, in this case works. I don't think it's a trap fight. I think Canelo, you know, he brushed that Bivol fight off. Obviously, it won't go away, but, you know, I think he used that as more as motivation rather than like, oh, I lost.
For sure. I got Brandon in Houston that says, thanks for coming on, Floyd. As a young man, part of a generation who has grown up in social media era, do you think the social media and the fans' comments are powerful enough to affect the fighter in-ring game plan? If so, how do you resist trying to prove the comments wrong? Brandon in Houston.
That's a good one. I think a lot of boxers, we do, like, you know, we you know, it's not like we can't see comments and you can't fully ignore it, you know, but I think at the end of the day, if you're really, you know, a true fighter, you know, that none of that matters. You know, the only, you know, information or advice you should take or you know, prove something wrong, anything is your family, you know what I mean? And whoever's in your team, your coach, you know, be the case, whatever. At least those people in your circle, I think at least they have that, you know, that sway and, you know, change your game plan or whatever. Because if they tell you, you know, you can't beat this guy, what the hell I'm gonna think, you know? Right. I'm the fighter and you're the coach, you know what I mean? You know that, you know, I think at least at that point, yeah. But I think all the other stuff, some fighters do buy into that. I don't. I mean, who cares? You know, you could comment, I could comment, it doesn't matter. You know, you're a person at the end of the day, so you can say whatever the hell you want. But I believe it doesn't matter, you know.
All right, we got the last one is from Baltimore, the best dad ever, who's actually Tank's biggest fan. He says, glad you're picking Rolly. 2 laughing out loud emojis. Bet the house. Good luck on your career, champ. So yeah, he's definitely a Tank fan and doesn't believe Tank can lose, but upsets are part of this sport.
I mean, they happen, and if you've been seeing recently, it's been happening quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Well, we were talking and showing the differences in how Rolly looks today versus how he even looked March 4th when he announced the fight. If you go to his Instagram March 4th and then you go to the media workout in the Floyd gym last week, it's 2 different people physically. Like he's put on some muscle. He's put on some muscle and size for sure.
I guarantee you Rolly is taking this fight serious as he possibly can. You know what I mean? You know, he'll look like he don't care or whatever, but I know he's taking it seriously, and he's not coming there to play. Cause think about it. Think about what's in it for him. Say he knocks out Tank, whatever, catches him, boom. Oh, you know what I mean? Now what? Now he already talks shit. You know what I mean? Imagine when he beats Tank. He can say whatever he wants because he just beat Tank. Yeah, it'd be the same. I was going for Teofimo the entire way, and everybody was going for Loma. You know, I mean, they thought Loma's the god or whatever, because he was like kind of Thanosing his way through the division.
Yeah.
With Josh.
And Andy Ruiz, come on now, who thought you know, he was going to be Anthony Joshua?
The difference, I agree with that one, right? Because and even still, like, people didn't believe Andy. Like,
I didn't even know who he was.
Joshua was a star. You get what I'm saying? It's different when you beat a star. Even with Bivol, Andy turned into an overnight star. Yeah, Bivol didn't.
But Andy had
the Mexican people.
He had the elements that Bivol doesn't have. He had the Mexican people. Then he had the ability to become the first ever Mexican heavyweight. So to you guys, that's something very prideful because you really aren't heavyweights.
Right.
Like, you get a heavyweight every fucking 20 years if you're Mexican. So, like, people took pride in that and they followed him and they got behind Andy.
And he beat, you know, one of the biggest tickets too.
Yeah.
So, you know, after that, you know, man, he blew up. Imagine Rolly beats Tank. You know, so much motivation in it for him. You know, rather than Tank beating Rolly, it's like, well, you know, whatever. He just, you know, he doesn't really gain much from that. You know what I mean? So I think the motivation factor is a little less.
What does gain, like, who does Tank have to fight in order for it to be like something to gain from? Because it was the thing with Canelo, right? It was the thing with Canelo. It's like it almost seemed like no matter who he fought, somebody was going to be critical of it.
Right.
And Tank is a star, right? But people are critical that he's not in those big fights. Now that it seems like he is leaving Mayweather Promotions, at least that's what he has said. You know, what do you think is the big fight for Tank?
Man, honestly, he has to fight. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Tell him he got to get past your boy before he start thinking about big fights.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? He got to fight Core. Come on now.
You want Shakur?
I want him to fight Core, to be honest. You know what I mean? I already know Core outbox him. You know what I mean? I know that for a fact. But, you know, besides that, he did a little prove it fight with Leo. Come on now. He had a hard fight and caught Leo with a, You know, who thought?
Wow, you call that a prove it fight?
I think come on now.
It's funny. I do too. I feel like Leo Santa Cruz, what 3-4 time champion,
four division. No, it was he two. It was he two.
He's definitely had the accolades, but people felt like he was too small.
Like it's too. No, I mean he beat
Abner, right? Wasn't it Abner?
No, it wasn't Abner.
No,
Tank? Leo.
No, Leo. Yeah, Leo beat Abner.
He beat Abner. What was it? Frampton.
Yeah, I think he's talking about. But even Tank, I mean, in the Pedraza fight, let's remember that people saying, "Oh, Floyd trying to set him up."
But there was. I mean, if you followed that fight, you know that Pedraza had announced that he was going to move up, and then he got offered the Tank fight, so he stood there. It's like, except he didn't perform as well as Charlo, right? When Charlo was going to move up and he stood there to fight Julian Williams, he looked amazing. Unfortunately for Pedraza, he blamed his performance on the weight.
Coming to the top of the hour with Floyd Cashflow Diaz. Make sure to get your questions in.
That's right. We have our Patreon page actually open, but I think that is the last question, so we're going to go ahead and take this intermission. Actually, we got one just snuck in. Miguel.
There we go.
Miguel says, what weight class do you think you'll peak at?
I think 140. You know what I mean? I feel myself getting bigger. Everybody tells me core, shoo.
You're at 18 right now.
I'm 18, and they
still growing.
They tell me, you know what I mean? I may not look strong with my
No, you're 118.
No, I'm 122.
Oh, okay.
122.
Yeah, that's right. The last fight, right? That was your first fight at 22?
Yeah, my last fight was first one at 22 and moving up to 6 rounds on top of that. But I know I'm growing into my body. I know I can get bigger. I could have one of those
growth spurts?
Yeah, just a little bit. And even if it's not height, I know for sure I'm getting wider. Like, I'm able to handle these big, really, really big guys, especially at my age. I'm not even at full man strength yet. So I think 40,
Big guys like who?
So I've sparred, obviously, Shakur. Shakur, he's pretty big compared to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've sparred, I would say, I sparred 135s. I sparred a lot of 135s.
Andres?
I haven't sparred him. I think at some point we will, though. He's always at top rank gym. He's doing his thing, though. Shout out to him.
He's got a fight, too. Y'all might be on the same card. I think he just announced July, too. I'm going to look it up.
Wait, he just fought for the Shakur fight, right?
Yeah. Because we're sponsored by the same...
we have the same meal prep company. And like us and Andres, and they're like,
I might have to look into that. What I mean?
Shout out to Foodie Fits, bro.
Yeah, I be eating meal preps, because... you don't got a whole bunch of money to spend on cook and all that. For one fight I did though, Jay Prince he took care of me. I was in camp with Efe and Joshua and them, and that's when that fight got canceled and all that. But we had a chef, and
nice.
I felt real good. Like I never had obviously you got your home cook, you got your family cooking, but I'm talking about my calories, I'm drinking.
Yeah, everything was on point.
Everything was on point. I never felt that good in my life, to be honest. Cause during the amateurs, even for my first fight, just eat whatever. Just instead of eating 2 tacos at Jack in the Box, just eat one. You know what I mean?
You were still eating Jack in the Box.
Eat what you want, but eat less of it. That's how I say.
That's the thing about him in the amateurs. He would weigh in, but nobody knows. I used to have him skip weight and to challenge him to fight the next weight class up. I would have to strap. I was strapped. Nobody knew this. Strap sandbags.
He would put sandbags on my towards my thigh, upper thigh, and he would tape it. He would tape it. The little ankle weights. He would tape it. So I wearing really big boxers or shorts, and I'd be like, can I weigh in with these? They'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter. And then I'd end up weighing super big, and that's how I'd fight. Because even at tournaments sometimes. Yeah, and I'll still win, you know what I mean, and unanimously too, There'd be a tournament where there's only one guy. I could have took the one guy route, beat him. Oh, I won, But the next weight will have 5 or 6, even more, My dad be like, we're gonna go up, Me as a kid, I was like, hey, I want to just fight the one guy, you know what I mean?
Right.
But as I did get older, I did understand that more, and it definitely helped me a lot more. It's amateurs. I mean,
sure. Constantly being tested.
Yeah, you being tested and getting, it really makes you sharp.
Tournaments, I had to do that because I had to challenge his mind. I had to give him the confidence that, it don't matter what weight you at, your IQ, will beat you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. And he learned that as he got older. He got me older.
Okay.
And,
So you think that's where you get your confidence from when you get in there with Shakur and other top guys?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. You know, because obviously Shakur is a different level from the guy I fought in Arizona. You know,
Yeah.
you know. But I think I don't know what it is. But whenever like I go in with somebody that's like real sharp, or I know he's nice, I get like 2 times, 3 times sharper than what I usually am.
Yeah, you got to raise your level.
Yeah, you know, because but that's the same thing what we were talking about before previously. You know, the training. It's the same thing with like you know, sparring. If I see Shakur doing really good, I want to do really good
Right,
with
of
whoever the hell
course.
they put me in with. You know, and because when I sparred world champions, you know, I sparred DJ Krell when he was world champion. I sparred Kazuto Ioka
Over at DLX?
Yeah. No. That one was at Bones. That wasn't at Bones. This was like a while. I was 15.
Okay.
I was 15 when I sparred my first world champion. And I ended up sparring Kazuto Ioka. He's still, I think he's like, he was
Yeah,
like,
he's still a champ.
Yeah, he's still a champ. Still a
Yeah,
champ
he got
right
the
now.
IBF.
I sparred him, and I had to spar him southpaw because the dude he was fighting was southpaw. I'm not a southpaw. I'm orthodox, but I switch. You know what I mean? So I sparred him the whole time southpaw.
Wow.
Yeah, I sparred Shakur. What was I sparred? Oh, I sparred Tug Nyambar.
Yeah.
While he was a champion. Huh?
Excuse me.
Well, no.
He fought last fight at 130.
No, I'm talking about like world champions.
World champion.
Yeah. Who else was it? I named Shakur, Tug, Kazuto,
Ioka.
Ioka, and DJ. So far, right? Yeah. That's so far, right?
No Donaire?
No Donaire. I did try getting work with him though. We just haven't been able to like, you know, fully connect and be like, you know, because I know, you know, for this fight, I feel like I could have gave him a lot of great work.
Yeah.
You know, being the fact I'm a young fighter, I'm gonna give him really hard work. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna want to look, you know, better than him.
Yep.
So I would give him really hard work, and you know, I would be as explosive. Thing about me is, if you have me in camp, you know, if there's any world champions, you know, watching this, you want me in camp with you. You know what I mean? I do watch the other fighters, like how they fight and all
Yeah, you
that.
try to emulate
I
them.
try to emulate.
The Maloney brothers.
Oh, and the Maloney brothers. I sparred. That was actually my last. Oh, and Jonas. You know, he's not full world champion. He was an interim, right?
Jonas?
No, Jonas Sultan. He look him up. Filipino. He fought. Who did he fight his last fight? Yeah, he what was that guy he fought? Jonas Sultan has like the one before, like, you know, you get like what Rolly had, right?
Yeah.
Right, like, you know,
The
one of those.
interim.
Yeah, like
Or the regular.
right, Jonas Sultan.
While he looks that up, I got another 2 for you. New York Bullet says, if you can test your skills against any legend of your choice, who would it be? Respect, champ. Blessings.
You know, I'd be a fool if I didn't say Floyd. You know what I mean? But if I could really be like, you know, respectedly the right height and the right weight for anybody, yeah, I think it'd be Canelo and Floyd. If not, honestly, like, what's his name? There's so many fighters, I don't know. I would go back and just fight everybody. But I'd probably say Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? Sugar Ray was real nice at that time.
He was the IBF Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
So
That and Purnell, I'd be able to see. I want to see how.
If you could hit him.
Yeah, like, you know, if I could hit him, yeah. If I could be as accurate as I am with these other guys, you know what I mean? He's a lot different, you know? And like Roberto Durant, those guys too.
Last one, champ. Victor Banuelo. Spence versus Crawford. Who you got?
I got Crawford. I think Spence is a great fighter. He moves forward. He knows how to break guys down. It's definitely going to be a tough fight. But I do think Crawford will come out with the win. He's sharp. You know what I mean? I've seen him spar. I've seen him in the ring. And, you know, I've seen him work out. And in his fights, it shows. You know, he beats the right guys, you know. I just think he has more attributes than Errol Spence does. You know, I think it'd just be different when a guy's moving and switching, you know, and touching you is longer. So I think I got Crawford.
All right. Well, we're going to take this intermission and take a picture with you. Give out your social media or anywhere you want to direct our audience.
Okay. So everybody follow me at Floyd_Cashflow_Diaz. You'll find me on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that, you know. And to all my fans out there, I love you. Thank you. Appreciate it. To all my sponsors, appreciate y'all. And it's only moving forward from here. You know, I'm a little young star, so, you know, you guys going to see me world champion one day. Appreciate it.
There we go.
The champ is here! Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, from title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.